Welcome back, as always. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I know I always say it, but it's true. Whenever you listen to us, I hope you're good. I hope you are well. Welcome back to the Amateur Hour podcast, episode number 46. Four more until the big half century 50, which we are going to get something planned. We've already got it planned. If you listen to the last episode, we sorted out the arrangements on the last episode,
Yeah.
and we've just confirmed that is confirmed. So it's going to happen. Message Vic today. She's down for that, mate. Cookie box special, which is good. We're going to get something nice and planned. I'm thinking you have your own one, mate. Have the
Yeah.
own experience, or we can have like a massive slab together where you can just chunk on that.
Right.
Or you can have your own pie, or you can have your own some mad names, Chunky Hunk. Honest Chunky Hunk.
Oh yes. No. Right, it'll be sick. Well excited.
I
Well,
mean, all I'm thinking about is like you'd be like, bro, I want strawberry laces. I want
can
Sour Patch Kids on there.
I just put sweets on it, please?
Oh god.
No chocolate, just sweets.
How you been though, bro? You been good?
Yeah, good, bro. Good. Um, Back on sort of somewhat of a normal meal plan today, trying to like just eating normal foods again. I was gonna go back to training today, but the past few days my diet has been awful because of my tooth, so or lack of tooth. So woke up, bro, I feel weak just like walking around. So I was like, I'm gonna get like at least 2 days back on meals, get some fucking energy and some strength back, and then get back into the gym later this week. Um, I am itching to train, but I just know I'll go in and have a shit
Mate,
session.
mate, I'm telling you right now, mate, the petty flus aren't going to fuel a session, bro.
They're not fueling it. I think I probably had about, about like 60 grams of protein
I
over the.
think you're probably able to chomp up the Cybex hack more than lifting the load, mate. How strong your teeth are from eating
Bro,
how much
exactly.
yogurt you've had.
So yeah, just taking the next. Well, to prove that today and tomorrow, I'll probably just take off to like just eat my meal plan, get used to eating again, and then get back into gym. Wednesday's normally a rest day for me, so I could just train Wednesday, introduce a little bit of training, and then back properly on Thursday.
Get
But
back
we'll
to
see.
normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get you, bro.
Um,
I get you,
BPC TB 500 arrived yesterday, and I'm still being a pussy and haven't put it in my knee yet, but
mate.
I'm working up to it. I'm working up to it.
Oh man, imagine that stabbing at your knee.
Some people are telling me go into the teardrop. Some people are saying get like grab the fat around your knee and do it there. But I, I feel queasy thinking about putting a needle.
Yeah, mate, that's just somewhere that you don't really think. Okay, I want to pin in my kneecap. Thanks.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan, but it is sat here in my fridge and I'm gonna do it. I just need to build up the
Get
courage.
mate, get the David Goggins on, get the Rocky music on, mate.
Fucking yeah, just stab it straight into my knee.
Lucy, pipe me up.
Yeah, yeah.
Weighing in
Back
at
slap.
212 pounds. Ready
Oh,
to pin his kneecap. Connor.
no, I'm hoping it does the job. Um, Fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed. But
Nah, mate, it will.
how have things with you been?
Good, bro. Been busy, mate. By far the busiest like start to a month we've ever had. So obviously I was in Cambridge last time we spoke. Saw Henry, saw Abu, and saw Abu, mate. And I was thinking, well, it looks way different in pictures, mate. You way different in pictures from
I
in
saw
person.
I saw the pictures of him on your story. Big boy.
Bro, I was like, mate,
Yeah.
where's this come from, bro? But nah, mate, he's chill. That was good. That was a good session. Henry, he was with me. He was trash, so he's having a deload now. Um, Looking great. And then saw Lloyd yesterday for two in-person check-ins, and then did like a little um, YouTube video at destination. So that was a busy day yesterday. Tom's looking great, 6 weeks out. Lloyd's looking great, 4 weeks out. Which is nice. Obviously, I'll be on holiday when I'm peaking him, and then I'll come back, and then I'll come back off holiday and go straight to rugby. So, um, where the UK DFBA are, and then he's looking mega, which is good. He's ready. Um, I'll be pulling cardio from Wednesday. So what's that?
Couple days.
2 days time. So we've got one cardio session left. Use food as the main driver of fat loss there, shifting fatigue. That'll shift off the last few pounds there, mate. He's looking good. And yeah, man, today went just to B mod.
Yeah.
Saw Shah, one of my bikini athletes, just got plans in place for her, which is quite nice. She's looking good. And then, yeah, man, we're all good, bro. We're all good. I think I'm going to try and get. Um, I think the next podcast I'm going to do is going to be in Friday's going to be in Scotland.
Okay.
So, yeah, mate, a nice little Scottish special. So I'm going to be staying with Lewis.
Oh, bro, do it with Lewis. Get Lewis on.
No, mate, I should get Lewis on.
Do it.
We're training at 3. That'll probably take. We've got to go for a meal, but might be a little bit later. But
That's
we'll get
fine,
a
man.
little Lewis. We'll get a little Lewis special.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
he's going to be gas here in that.
Get Lewis
He's
on,
going to
bro.
be gas here in that.
We'll have
He's
a
going to be. He'll be on his walking pad right now. To be fair, no, 'cause he's a fat fuck. But
chat.
he won't be on his walking pad right now. He'll be out of breath walking outside, going, "Yeah, man, that's pretty sick."
Get hyped
Uh,
up for the pod, bro.
yeah, that's what he'll be, mate. So we'll do that Friday. If not, mate, we'll do it Saturday, like we did last time.
Yeah.
But that works out pretty well. But other than that, mate, it's going really well, bro. Everything's going fantastic. I've got my
Amazing.
cherries and berries on hand, which, by the way, is the best squash in the entire world. There's another little comparison for you, mate. If you cherries and berries and orange and pineapple and mango, those are the two best. I had somebody say to me like apple squash.
No,
What is that about?
no.
Then I realized,
Summer fruits is pretty good, but it's similar.
yeah, on the same level, bro. Summer
It's
fruits,
similar. Yeah,
yeah, summer fruits, cherries and berries, that sort of vibe.
yeah, yeah.
With I thought I was going to orange, pineapple, and mango, but then I
Do you know
realized
what?
people,
I don't know. I don't. Sometimes I don't think you can beat just a simple Ribena.
mate, I think that's automatically goated.
It has to be. It has to be at the top.
Automatic. That's not even in the conversation.
No.
Straight goat.
Yeah.
Straight goat, mate.
Have you? Do you ever? I'm saying, have you? Like it's some fucking hidden secret. Have you ever put it with like Sprite or like Seven Up or lemonade?
Elite. That's me.
The
That's the
best
combo.
drink. The best drink in the world. I guarantee
Yeah,
it. I love
it
that.
is.
Yeah.
It is. Mate, I went to Nando's today for the first time ever. Got the
Oh,
refill of
whoa,
the
whoa, whoa,
drinks,
whoa,
mate.
whoa, whoa. First time ever.
Oh, first time in a while, bro.
Oh, right.
First time in a while. I
Yeah.
say ever. First time in a
Right.
while.
Okay.
Um, I was mixing Fanta and Sprite.
Yeah.
Mate, I remember doing that as a kid. Mate, I remember doing that as a kid, mate, and I was there like that's nostalgic, and it
Have you
banged, mate.
have you mixed Fanta and Coke?
It,
Spot on, bro.
I did that first, mate. It
Something
looked like
about it shouldn't work, but it
mate.
does.
It looks like sewage water.
Oh,
It
it's disgusting. Yeah,
tastes incredible.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Charles backed me up. She's there like that tastes banging. It
Yeah.
looks like sewage water. She goes, "What is that?" And I'm thinking, just try it. You'll
Just
like it.
try it, bro. Yeah,
And
yeah,
she
yeah.
goes, "That's banging." And I'm thinking, "Well, I told you that."
Yeah.
Look great, but it does look like sewage water. But man, I remember like a cold lemonade and Ribena. You
Bro,
pull out the
in these
mango
days where
Ribena
we're
as
hitting
well.
like 25s to 30s, cold lemonade and Ribena is the best drink you have.
Goated, mate.
Yeah,
Goated, bro.
yeah, man.
But I think we should do all these more often, mate. These little reviews. But yeah,
Yeah.
cherries and berries. He's not gotten it. This is
Because
what
to be
comes with.
honest, bro, you could have that on prep.
Yeah,
Get the zero sugar 7
zero
Up
sugar ones.
and the
Yeah,
zero sugar Ribena. Boom. That will sort your hunger because that's just
yeah,
an amazing drink to have.
it is
Um,
good.
to be fair, a lot of these, I got quite a few like would you rather's on this question box today.
Let's do it, mate. Would you rather?
I've got quite a few of you would you rather's. I've got general questions. I've got a few overrated, underrated. So
Ooh,
we'll start with the overrated, underrated, and we'll go with a training one. So overrated or underrated, and then give your opinion. Upper,
okay.
lowest.
Completely underrated.
Agreed.
And the reason why it's underrated is because people find it boring, and do you know what? It sounds boring. People like push arms and calves, back hamstrings and calves, like and biceps, quad day, hamstring day,
Yeah.
push. People like this complicated 8 day split rotation where they can just go, yeah, do no, mate, upper lower sound.
Yeah. Agreed.
It's
I'm exactly the same. Um, L-carnitine, underrated or overrated?
oh man, I think it's underrated, bro.
Do you think? Yeah.
Underrated. Don't get me wrong, overrated with how much you got to pin in terms of the actual, in terms of how much you got to pin. That's
Yeah.
not nice, but I'd say underrated in terms of what it actually does, especially in an off-season setting as well, mate. If used correctly,
Yeah.
we can keep body composition in a good spot. Um, elicits better energy as well. which is always good. And as well, mate, why wouldn't you use something which is actually utilizing one of the main drivers of fat loss,
Yeah.
transportation of the fat cell? Like, yeah, well, there you go.
So
Underrated.
this other question links to that. So someone's put, is L-carnitine worth it, or is it just a lot of oil to inject for a percentile gain?
I would say I understand where they're coming from. So anyway, we have you mobilized um, you mobilize fat, transport fat, you oxidize fat. Those are the three pathways that we use, the three stages of fat loss essentially. L-carnitine helps with the transportation of fat, where therefore it gets oxidized, it gets used as ATP. It's going to get transported anyway. It just helps with that process. So in terms of obviously pinning it every morning, people pin it in the AM and pre-workout as well. That's where it's a bit like, mate, if you're pinning like, and some people use like 1,500 milligrams, bro.
Bro, I've been seeing
I
that.
mean,
People like
yeah, mate.
Dan Basnick's using like two
Yeah, mate.
grams.
He used. Well, he went up to three. He trialed three
Is it 2
grams,
grams? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I'm
Mental.
thinking, how much overall stuff you're pinning there?
Because you've got to
Ridiculous.
think
But
like GH, insulin, pre-post workout potentially, L-carnitine a couple times a day,
yeah,
actual gear, so like your anabolics as well. Like it's just a lot, isn't it?
it's loads. So I'd say it's relevant to where your phase is at. Um, I think for a fat loss phase, it's definitely underrated. It's very, very good. I wouldn't really use it in an off-season setting, even though it does have good benefits of doing it, and you don't mind pinning, then it'll be all right. But I would say within a fat loss setting, it is very underrated because not a lot of people actually use it on a consistent basis.
Yeah, good answer. Would you rather a training partner who has the same goals but none of the effort, or vice versa? So someone that has all of the effort but different goals.
All of the effort, all
100%.
of the effort. Like
100%.
look at Big Nath and his training partner called the Doctor. Right, the Doctor can get peels, loves bodybuilding, whatever, but he doesn't want to get on stage. But he's got all the effort there, trains hard. Like it's completely opposite to Nath, whose goal is to top 10 in his first pro show.
Yeah.
But you got one person there who likes the process of bodybuilding, but doesn't want to compete, can get peeled, whatever. But then you got somebody on the opposite side who wants to be one of the best open bodybuilders in the world, but they train really well together because the guy's got effort. So I'd rather train with somebody who, for all I care, mate, could play chess on a weekend, bro.
Yeah.
If he's coming in and trashing me, bro, sound appreciate it. Effort always.
Yeah.
Imagine training with somebody who's like, yeah, I want to get on stage as well one day. They don't have the effort.
No effort, no like intensity with their training. It just takes away
Yeah,
from the session. So
it
yeah,
does, mate. Yeah,
agree.
it does for sure.
Um, would you rather pin your entire weekly cycle in one go, or split up your cycle into daily but pin twice AM and twice PM?
What?
That confused the fuck out of me.
What?
Your whole weekly cycle, would you rather pin it on Monday only, or split it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but you have to pin it in the morning and in the evening? So that means you're doing like, well, upwards of like 20 injections a week, probably.
I'd rather just pin every day, twice a day,
Yeah.
mate.
Because you'll
But as
feel
well,
awful.
with what I'm on now, mate, it'd be literally like this much.
Yeah.
I couldn't even probably separate mine into 20, let alone 10, let alone 20.
Yeah.
Um, that'd probably actually be impossible. So yeah, I think even if I was on peak peak blast in terms of anabolics, I'd rather pin morning than evening. There actually are people who do that in terms of like
Yeah.
you might be pinning like 2.5, 3 mil. You might have to pin some in the morning and some in the evening. So imagine pinning it all in one hit.
One, you'd feel awful doing it. Two, by the end of the week, you'll feel like a bag of shit.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
And it's the most unhealthiest way of doing things ever.
Yeah. You're just gonna go all the way back down.
Appreciate that. Let's just make myself actually feel like absolute horseshit.
Yeah. And actually not get many benefits from it.
Yeah, perfect. So let's just do it. Oh, yeah, man.
What is the goated frozen fruit?
Mate, if you asked me this question about a month ago, I would say raspberries, which it still is, in my opinion. Mate, I've been on the blueberries, bro. They are so good.
Yeah,
So good. But then frozen pineapple as well, mate. That's good.
I haven't tried
Um,
frozen pineapple.
frozen pineapple is good, mate.
Yeah.
Frozen pineapple is very, very good. Frozen mango, that's
You know,
elite,
no,
mate.
do you know what? Frozen strawberries were fucking nice.
Yeah, mate, the thing is, mate, they're so inconsistent. You get some small ones, and they get the massive fucker at the bottom of the bag. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking, how am I going to get that in my gob? Now I've got to wait for it to get all mushy. And then it goes all mushy. I've got to wait. No, mate. You know exactly what I mean. You get
Yeah,
the big
yeah.
fucker at the bottom. I'm thinking, I'm not going to eat you. And then I've got to wait for it to go all mushy, and then it's going to taste awful. So,
You got to eat a soggy strawberry.
yeah, soggy straws. No, thanks. Um,
Hey,
People say raspberries are sour, mate. Get a grip. So, raspberries are goated, and blueberries. But then I'd say if you're looking for more mango-y, like sweeter sort of stuff, mate, mango, incredible. Frozen mango,
spot on.
gosh.
Post-show meal tier list.
Okay, I can back this. Um, I can back this.
Do you know what? It's got to be for me. Like the most basic one, people is like burger and fries or something like that. Like it's good, but I don't know.
Burger's dead. I'll
It's got to be a
be a bit
pizza.
more at that.
It's got to be a pizza
Mate, it's got to be a pizza, bro.
because like you
Got
can't have
to
anything
be a
close to a
pizza.
pizza on prep. You can have something close to a burger and fries. You can have
Mate, bro, you have
red
people
meat and your
making
potato.
lettuce burgers. You have people making lettuce burgers on prep,
Do you know what I
mate.
mean?
You can make a burger, mate. You can have a little Warburton thin bun, whatever. That's fine. You can't replicate a pizza. You just can't. Whether you get
Exactly.
your little tortilla wraps and passata, your little reduced fat cheese, macro track in it. No, it's not the same. Doesn't hit. You can make all the burgers you want, bro, in your air fryer. Pizza as well. It's got to be a nice quality pizza as well. Don't be
Yeah,
having like even I didn't have
yeah. I
Domino's
wouldn't
post.
go for a
I did.
Domino's.
I didn't have Domino's post show.
Yeah,
I didn't have one. I had like a nice little stone based pizza, bro.
it's got to be a nice sourdough.
Yeah, that's what I went for, mate.
Yeah.
And I had this like, oh mate, I should go there again now. Thinking about it, had this like hot honey on top with pepperoni, bro.
Oh,
Don't
bro, what like a chili honey?
honey, bro.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
literally like
yeah.
hot honey. And I'm thinking, why don't Domino's do this? Someone's gonna say they're gonna do it now, aren't they? But bro, hot
Bro,
honey, pepperoni, and it was like chicken with sourdough base, like stone baked pizza. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't as big, but then post show you're thinking you don't need digestion to be absolutely trashed as well.
that will fight your stomach. So
It will put your stomach,
you
bro.
want to be controlled. But
Yeah.
yeah, pizza's got to be at the top of that. I think for me, I'm more of like a snacker than like a
Well, we know that, bro.
yeah, exactly. So like for me, my post
Man was holding Haribo's in his fucking cupboards.
my post show, right? I remember, yeah, I remember post British finals. I got home. Lucy had more shows to go, so she had I think she had either a yogurt or a white fish and veg. I had a burger, basic. I had a burger with some chicken wings or chicken tenders, and then on the side I had like a bowl full of sweets, crisps, ice cream, and cookies. I demolished the burger and I just went in on this shit. And I got to the point where my stomach hurt so much. Lucy was like, "I'm going to bed." I was like, "Okay, cool." We were living in a studio flat at that point. I stood in the kitchen so she wouldn't hear me eating ice cream for another like 20 minutes. I was like, "I'm gonna shit myself. Need to go to the toilet." On the toilet for about an hour. Passed out in bed. It was the best sleep I've ever had in my life, mate. I woke up. I felt awful, but it was worth it.
Yeah, mate, it's always worth it, bro. The
Yeah.
first thing I had off stage was a cookie box, mate. That's my first show. I literally, mate, I came home straight away because I was in Stafford. My my second show. So the first
Yeah.
after my last show, came home straight away, had a shower, had a cookie box, and then later on even had a stone baked pizza. Um, Mate, incredible, incredible. I did go for a steak after my first one, but that was like I got a show in 4 weeks' time, so I had like steak, sweet
Yeah.
potato fries, and then I had like a banoffee pie for dessert.
Oh, bro.
And I
Yeah,
was there like, I'm gonna try and keep it chill, mate. But I think steak's pretty decent, like a
it's
steakhouse.
a good meal. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The steak's a decent meal. That's where you're thinking, I don't want to fuck up my digestion post show, and I want to have a decent quality meal. That's a
Yeah.
head screwed on steak, and also like a good pizza. Like burger, it's just pretty basic to be honest. Isn't it weird though? But like post show, I wasn't really thinking about food.
I
I think
was.
I had some stuff in mind, but I wasn't there like get me some food. I was like so high off the adrenaline, mate. I was there. I forgot to drink for like five
Yeah.
hours straight away. I
The
forgot to
drinking thing is
drink,
the most
mate.
important after you step off. It's like,
Yeah, but I forgot to drink, mate. I was like that much of a high. So I was like, "Have you drunk yet?" And I was there like, "Shit, no, I haven't." So,
yeah.
most important thing is get your fluid down here because you're
Yeah.
dehydrated.
I remember it was probably one of the best things Tom told me to do post show was so before you eat anything, make sure you get 3 liters of water in. Because one, you're dehydrated anyway, so you need it. But two, it sort of fills you up a little bit anyway.
Mhm.
So you're less hungry. Well, for the time being, you're a little bit less hungry. And I think that actually helped loads.
Oh no, it does, mate. That's why I was there. Like, I need to get loads in before I go out tonight, mate, because I'll be eating loads.
Yeah, exactly.
But nah, definitely the biggest
Yeah.
trick. Let's go get off, have a load of water, and just hydrate. Hydromax, Hydroflow,
Um,
CBC 10. Easy as
right.
that. I've got a would you rather as well,
Go for it. You go for it.
actually. Just gonna try and find it now. 1 second. Here's Logan. Would you rather TRT only for a year or train out of pure gym only for a year? And
You know what? Yeah.
the reason why he's saying this, mate, is because his car got nicked,
Right.
and he had to train at pure gym for like a week. And I think he found it. Well, to be fair, I know he probably found it pretty depressing.
The pure gyms. Do you know what? If you took away the atmosphere from pure gyms, like or lack of atmosphere, um, I think you can make decent gains in a pure gym.
Mate, for sure. You could do
It's
it.
not
It's just
great.
the atmosphere, and also as well, mate. This isn't by all means. It's the people there, bro. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
I do cardio at pure gym, mate. Some of the stuff I see,
Yeah, I know, I know.
it's like
Yeah.
I saw someone. I saw someone the other day, bro, lying down on the floor, like being like ET and like pretending to ride a bike.
Oh,
And they,
the bicycle ab
but
yeah,
like spinning their arms at the same time. And I'm there, like,
yeah.
I'm there, I'm thinking, bro,
Jesus.
oh God, I was thinking, mate, he looks like ET.
Wait, what was the first option of this question? So pure gym for a year or
Or TRT only for a year.
TRT only for a year? Because do you know what? For whatever reason, I feel like I actually make pretty decent changes in on TRT.
Mate, this is I love TRT.
Yeah.
Love it. Don't I love whatever facing it. But TRT
Yeah.
people go, oh, with TRT, I feel softer. Mate, I love it.
Right.
I honestly, mate, it's great. I've been doing it for the past few months anyway.
Yeah. But do you know what the thing I'm saying, do you? I think you definitely would do, but once you get to the end of a blast, you kind of get that feeling of like you feel oily, like you feel toxic.
Mate,
So you want to take it out and you want to
yeah,
go into less. You want to pin less as well. Um, not that like you pin daily. Do you still pin your TRT daily?
I don't, mate. But when I do, I pin 4 times a week.
Four.
So
Okay, cool.
literally, I just do 30,
So
30, 30.
it brings it down a little bit in terms of pinning
Mm-hmm.
free, which feels nice. Like post prep, my post prep went into the rebound phase for a couple of weeks, staying on cycle. But after that phase, I was like, fuck, I need this out. Like I feel gross. Like I feel oily. Uh,
Yeah, mate, you do. Mate, you, honestly,
yeah.
like, it
And
might sound weird,
that
but
phase into TRT felt really good.
yeah, bro, you do. I feel incredible.
Yeah.
I feel amazing. I just
Yeah.
do. And as people say, "Oh, TRT, I'm going to instantly get weaker. I feel soft." Yeah, you're going to obviously look a little bit softer, like. But then again, mate, like I feel good, and you pin less. Like people don't, mate, pin every single day for 5 months.
Yeah.
It's not nice, mate. It's not nice. I don't care what you say. If anyone, I don't mind it, right? That do it every day. it sucks. It does.
Imagine.
And that's me being brutally honest. And having to break off that is fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been on TRT now for a good while, mate, and I feel great.
Yeah.
There's no reason for me to be taking this and that because I've not got the routine to. Like, I'd be stupid to do that right now, mate. Yeah, mate. Train at different gyms, traveling up and down the country, not having my routine locked in. Yeah, but I'm just taking all this. No, mate.
Not worth
Not
it.
at all. I'm
Um,
still getting stronger, by the way. So it's all good.
yeah, banging. Um, any advice for someone who can't currently afford a coach? How would you when you kind of started in bodybuilding, uh, maybe before you got, did you get a coach from the get-go or no?
I did my diet phase by myself, and I got a
Okay.
coach.
And
Um,
how did you kind of navigate your way through that in terms of not having a
I
coach?
was utilizing honestly, man, I was utilizing. I tried to think, okay, whom I tried to digest information from properly. So I liked it when Joe Jeffrey was talking, and I learned through. I knew Joe Jeffrey through the JP forum, his website, where people used to post stuff about Joe Jeffrey and his methodology behind. And I was thinking because I remember people asking JP about what they thought about the R. That's when RAR was starting to come in a little bit, like started to be the hype. And then I was like, well, who's Joe Jeffrey? And then next thing you know, I'm searching up Joe Jeffrey on YouTube. It's like loads of podcasts. And I really like the way he explained things, not only about training, but also about PEDs,
Yeah.
about periodization. I feel like the way he broke things down was like really digestible. So I found people and individuals that I could listen to for when I went for a walk for half an hour, 45 minutes, listen to them, and then I just sort of put that into my own practical application in terms of like, well, try this. And I was like, okay, I'll try that. It worked. It may have not worked,
Yeah.
and that's what I did from there, really. But then again, mate, I was asking questions to coaches as well. So I was messaging them privately, asking what they thought on this. And if you got a good coach, like I still do it, mate. I get people asking me questions all the time on via Instagram. And I always go into sort of like some like as much detail as I can. So I don't know much about them, but I try and give as much detail. And if you have a good educated coach who cares about people's progress, then they should probably get back to you and give them as much information that you need. But yeah, I just try and find individuals that you can digest their information that they're saying. Make sure firstly the information they're spouting is good
Yeah.
and reliable. And like I found that I could just listen to Joe Jeffrey for a while, John Jewett as well. Really, really good. So yeah, and then just
Yeah.
listen to them for hours on end, bro, and just listen to loads of podcasts. People don't realize, mate, you can listen to have a lot of information on these podcasts that you can pay for on consults, and they just say the same
Yeah.
stuff, mate. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
because the same about PDs, they do the same thing on PD. Nothing's going to change just because you've had a consult with them or whatnot. They're still going to say the same thing. So, um, yeah, that's what I really do. Sort of delve into people that you can resonate with, who you find interesting, who are a reliable source of information. They're knowledgeable, and mate, search up podcasts with them on forums. That's what I would do.
Yeah. No,
That's what I
I agree, man. You just have to make use of what you've got access to. So even if you can't like afford to say sign up for a JP members site or whatever, podcast, YouTube,
do,
people
mate.
post stuff to promote
It's
the coach,
so,
so it's going to help you.
bro, it's so underrated, mate. And people go podcasts, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not joking. People invite these guys on, and they say like, with with John Jewett's podcast, he literally has
Yeah.
female periodization on prep. Brilliant. That's what I'm going to learn about. How to reverse out of a fit. What's the best thing to do? I remember being on like in prep and thinking about, well, what's his idea on what to do post prep? Next thing you know, I get his idea, I get other people's ideas, and then I get to learn about how to manage my clients post prep as well. So there you go.
Totally.
Um, it's mate, people don't really understand like YouTube and podcasts. There are so like how many times you see people like repost it? Like 6 years ago, there was like there's so many, mate. AJ Morris posting stuff 6 years,
Yeah.
like 6, 7 years ago, mate, with Jordan Peters on there,
Yeah.
how to become a better coach, all these different things, mate. So I would definitely sort of delve into that avenue there.
Do you want to go for one, and then I've got one that will be like a decent long answer.
Hmm. Okay. Rather oh my lord, would you rather train legs every day for a month or train arms every day for a year? Legs for a month, bro.
Train
Imagine
legs for
training
a month.
arms every day for a year.
You get so bored of training.
It's arms as well,
The,
but
the
it's like,
only thing is that I'm thinking, if I'm relating it to myself, my legs are already a strong point for me. So if I train them every day for a month, it's going to take me fucking. Obviously, they're not going to grow as much as they could do because they're not getting enough rest, but like they will grow from that, obviously.
mhm.
It's gonna make them even more of a stronger point, which is going to take even longer for my upper body to catch up. But training arms for a year would make everything else kind of shrivel up and go to.
Mate, I could do anything worse, bro.
Yeah,
Genuinely.
it'd be pretty boring. Dropping anadrols every day of the year just for an arm pump.
But
No.
mate, I could do I've dropped my legs. I've done a leg block, mate, where I've trained legs 3 times a week. I can just
Yeah,
that was horrendous, mate. Actually, think about
yeah, I can imagine. Okay, so this one I think could be quite an interesting. It's more of a topic than a question, but um, this lad, what is his name? Matt. His Instagram is Megatron. I think you follow him. Yeah, you do.
it.
He has asked, it could be interesting for you and Tom to go into any info in the psychology when you first went enhanced. Maybe the differences between you two due to starting at a younger age and potentially a bit less mature.
Wow, bro. Oh my lord, where do I start?
Because people always talk about the physical change you get from gear, because obviously that's like the main fucking factor of it, right? But psychologically, it's a big change. It
Oh
is.
yeah, mate. Of course, like you see people like he openly admits it. Like when George Osborne went and
Yeah.
took anabolics, he changed as a person. Um, and that's just one of many, mate. One of many. I feel like with taking anabolics, it can enhance the person that you already are. So if you're anxious and an overthinker and a stressor, it's more than likely going to enhance that even more. Um, and from a psychological perspective, obviously my route down PDs was complete. And I'll happily admit, I probably was already always going to take PDs anyway. Would I have obviously hopped on as early as I did? No, I probably wouldn't do now, but I definitely would have. I'll happily admit that. Um, it's just something that's always sort of intrigued me. I knew that I was going to sort of delve into coaching and PDs anyway. So obviously my route down there was more of like a positive change from a psychological perspective. Actually being living normally and feeling like a normal human being was great.
Yeah.
But psychologically, mate, it helped me massively. I was in a really, really hard time when I was going through that period, mate, where I didn't know what was wrong with my body. I had the NHS telling me that I was completely normal. Oh, yeah, my natural testing levels are now 8 nanomolar. Boom, normal now. Thanks, Mr. Taylor. Appreciate it. Like I said, I got a call when I was in Wales. Oh, congratulations, Tom. Your testosterone comes back in a natural range. We can go back to having bi-monthly. No, I still no. Something's not right. Then it just made me feel really bad. Mate went to an endocrinologist, so like, okay, we'll see where things are at. Who is a hormone specialist, by the way, and he was talking about me having gyno, and I was there like, how can I have gyno when I can't? When it's not going to bind to anything? Like, my testosterone isn't up. It just made no sense, mate. Genuinely, and I was thinking, what is going on here? Sort of took it into my own hands and then did from there. And then, but I was always going to go down that route anyway.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have. I probably would have started around this sort of time, 25 ish, not when I was 23, 22. I think I was 22 when I started. It was just before my 23rd birthday. So yeah. So,
Yeah.
what about yourself, Mel? Obviously, I know you spoke about you going on at a young age, and again, but you
Yeah.
always probably knew that you were going to go down it anyway. So,
Yeah. I mean, I say always, at the start, I was very, when I first got into like the gym, but sort of down the bodybuilding side of it, I was against it. I'm not against it. I was just openly like, I don't want to do that. I want to do natural bodybuilding, all of this shit.
mhm.
And it my interest in bodybuilding progressed, and I knew and learned more about what I wanted to do and figured out. kind of which way I wanted to take it. And yeah, I did start early. Again, that's something that I don't regret, but I think it's I can't remember what the fact is, but it's something like males don't mentally mature until they're around like 23, 24. Um,
Mhm.
something like that. So obviously, being 18, you're not even close to maturity levels anyway, in terms of well, physically and mentally, realistically.
Yeah.
So to do something like changing your hormone panel by introducing exogenous hormones is quite a big decision, and it's something that was yeah, I say was, but probably is by many people who jump on early, is a decision that's rash and made probably before you've fully thought it through. I think I don't think that was the case for me. I think I knew what I was doing. I had the right help with it. Um, I was in a good mentality, a good like, well, yeah, I had a good mentality at the point anyway. In regards to, I was locked in with training, diet was on point. I knew what I wanted to do. I had short-term and long-term goals. Everything was kind of laid out for me. Uh,
Mhm.
and yeah, it all kind of fell into place at the same time. Did I notice any changes? I don't think I did. I think,
That's always a good thing, though, mate. And
yeah,
I think, and I mean this in the nicest way for people listening. If you think it's going to change you, right, and you think, okay, it probably is going to. I didn't go in there thinking it was going to change me to change me as a
uh,
person. Yes, you might get a little bit more wrapped up and a little bit more. I don't know what the word is. You know what I mean? But I feel like it can either go one or two ways. For example, when you take a new compound and it goes, for example, I may have done something previously that Connor hasn't, and then Connor might go, "Oh, how did this make you feel, Tom?" And I might go, "Mate, it made me feel really angry." And then Connor's there like, "Let's make Tom feel really angry," and then automatically that's all like placebo in your head.
yeah,
You take something that's like, "Oh, it's made me angry as well." All these different things about like, for example, trenbolone, when it's
yeah,
like, "Oh, it makes." Mate, it's like it's just so individual in terms of how you go into things. But if, like I said, mate, if you are somebody who is already anxious, if you are somebody who is already stressing about things, in my opinion, it's only going to heighten those personality traits that you have.
yeah.
And I would definitely look at who you are as a person and where your personality lies before looking at that sort. And that's something that is overlooked massively because people look at
Okay.
the physical effect and the physical benefit that obviously going on to obviously PD that allows you to see those physical changes, but they don't look at the detail, like the finer details of how you're going to treat your missus afterwards, how you're going to be with your family afterwards. Like maybe these little things, obviously, like I said, but it's not affected me at all.
No,
It made me a happier, but more importantly, it's made me a healthier human being. It might sound weird, but then again, obviously, when I mean TRT, the reason why I went, it made me
yeah.
healthier.
The reason,
Me
yeah,
going into me going into a super physiological range. Obviously, this isn't as healthy, but for the reasons why I went on, it made me healthier, essentially. And it was the easiest and best decision I've ever made. So, what was the question again in terms of how he worded it? Was it like,
yeah.
because I want to make sure I answer it like as
Yeah, of
best as I
course.
possibly can do.
So you said it would be interesting. It could be interesting for you and Tom to go into, if any, the psychology with when you went enhanced. Maybe the differences between you due to starting at a younger age. So I think obviously when he's saying that, it's like with you starting at
Yeah, so it's like,
starting at 18.
like I said, with the psychology of things, again, it all depends on where you're coming from as well. So
Yeah,
people go for it from post prep, so they go straight onto it and they're thinking, I'm going to make loads of get. They're going to be really. Then you got to make sure that, for example, mate, when you're post prep, you know you're going to gain X amount of weight afterwards. When you put exogenous hormones into the equation as well, your scale weight is going to fly up, mate. Fly up. Like when I mean fly up, I mean you're probably going to gain post prep anyway, X amount of pounds. But alongside that, putting going into a super physiological range of testosterone, but if you can handle that, gaining 30 pounds in the first few weeks and going, what is going on here? Like, for example, mate, how mentally strong are you?
yeah,
Having good people, mate, having good people around you as well is really, really important, like you said there. But like I said, mate, it's making sure that you really sort of delve deeper into sort of who you are as a person and your, I wouldn't say values, but like what you hold yourself to in terms of how you are as a person around not only yourself but also others is really something that I would look into, and something that is massively overlooked because people do turn into horrible people when they go
Yeah.
on anabolics, mate, and that's
I
the
think
harsh truth.
I think what I saw, I can't remember who said it. It was definitely like a typical like coach's Instagram reel or whatever, but someone it kind of stuck with me. It was like you basically turn into your alter ego. Um, so whether your alter ego could be like a cocky, arrogant, aggressive type of alter ego,
Mm-hmm.
like that more often than not will come out. Whereas if you're like quite quiet, quite shy to yourself, that can quite often just be the case where that just gets enhanced. So
Yeah, I think
it's
what
you
it,
got
it, enhan- it enhances the person that you already are.
yeah.
In my, not in every case, by all means, not in every case, but in most cases, mate, like you said, it does sort of enhance your alter ego in terms of who you are as a person. Because at the end of the day, mate, you do see good changes off it. That's not me going to sugarcoat things. You do, and people might exponentially grow and way better and might get to them, and the next thing you know, they've gone from like being a nice sort of down to earth, quiet guy, and the next thing you know, they're thinking, I've always wanted to be the best and most confident guy in the gym, and not give a flying fuck about anyone else. Next thing you know, mate, 8 weeks down the line, they're nice and saturated. They're feeling full. They're making incredible progress, and they're going, okay, well, swivel on it now. With all the people that were. So I mean, so I would look at yourself in terms of who you are as a person, and just making sure that you always, if you do, obviously decide to take PEDs, just always reaffirm who you were and who you want to be, and yeah, act like the person you want to become.
Agreed.
Definitely. Don't become the person that you don't want to be. Act like the person you want to become, and you'll be all good. So like I said, mate, it can very easily sway in a negative manner from a psychological perspective, mate. How many times have you heard people like come off because of the psychological effects that going on
Yeah.
steroids gives them? So many times, mate, and it's actually quite nice to see people more open about it,
Yeah.
especially males, where obviously it's all about being like alpha male, being confident. When in actual fact, mate, people do sometimes feel crap on it.
No,
Thankfully, that hasn't been
bro,
me.
not too long ago I posted that YouTube video where I spoke about why I came off trend.
Mm,
And because it was messing with my head a little bit, and I kind of spoke
mhm.
about it. And the response that I got from that was really really positive. In terms of people saying like, yeah, bro, I'm glad someone said it because like I felt the same, but I never really felt like I could say it and not be embarrassed about it. I was like, yeah,
That's
bro,
the thing, mate. It's like
quite
that's the thing.
normal.
Where bang on,
Yeah,
bang on. So I think it's definitely something to look into. I think it's a great question because
yeah.
it's definitely a fact that is overlooked massively. The psychological side of taking PEDs, most definitely. But we'll finish it on that one, mate. We'll finish it
Yeah,
on a
man.
high.
Banging question.
That's a banging question. Thank you. Is it Megatron?
Megatron. That was the at Matt was his
I
name.
know, mate, and that's a Megatron of a question, bro. So thank you. I appreciate it because I know he's an avid listener of the pod.
Yeah,
So thank you guys for tuning in. It's greatly appreciated. I quite like these ones now, mate. Sitting down, talking, going
yeah,
through a few
yeah.
questions here and there. Like I said, we'll get a few people on in this period of time. But like I said, with how things are running, the engagement's good. Everyone's sort of likes it, which is not quite nice. But on YouTube, as always, people like, subscribe, comment as well. Comment down below what cookie box you want to see us eating
Oh yeah.
on the 50th episode. We'll come up with some absolute combos, and we'll go from there. But see you in the next one. Love.
Boom.